Let's now shift our attention to what is happening in Britain, where there appears to be a mutiny, nothing short of a mutiny that is brewing in the British Broadcasting Corporation. There's anger over the axing of Gary Lineker. The British broadcaster was forced to cancel most of its sports coverage. The reason for this, of course, is the presenters of BBC are refusing to go on air. You heard that right. The news presenters are simply refusing to work at the BBC, and this, of course, is in solidarity with Gary Lineker. And this is what has happened. This is the background of the entire story. The BBC decided to take Gary Lineker, who's also a former English soccer captain, off air. This after Gary Lineker put out a tweet which criticised the incumbent, the sitting Prime Minister of Britain, Rishi Sunak, for his legislation on migrants. Now, this, of course, has sparked a debate on freedom of speech and expression, and also about what the BBC's presenters can in fact say. The BBC's highest-paid presenter and anchor of football programme Match of the Day had tweeted about the United Kingdom's policy on migrants, and he called it as simply cruel. And he said that this deal was actually directed at the most vulnerable people who are fleeing from war and who are seeking refuge in Britain. The BBC said that Lineker had in fact breached its social media guidelines by putting out a tweet which criticised Rishi Sunak and his policies. The BBC has further said that Gary Lineker will be off air till there's a clear position on the use of social media by its employees. This issue has divided the British public right down the middle. Listen in to some reactions.
Well, I think, look, it's a tough one. I mean, personally, I share his views, but obviously, you know, when you work for a public institution, they need to control their image, and it's hard to, I mean, differentiate between somebody's personal views and the corporation's views.
Not a news reporter, where I suppose that might be a different issue, but I think the BBC is overreacting.
I think he's entitled to his free speech, you know, outside his job, and he didn't do it during a show. And you know, might as well just cancel Mock the Week and other political satirical shows.
So this, of course, is the issue. Is Gary Lineker entitled to his opinion? Can he say what he wants freely? Can he criticise the sitting Prime Minister of Britain in his tweets? Because the BBC has now clearly said that he may have crossed a certain line with respect to the guidelines that it has. Now, the broadcaster remains a central presence in British culture. In the past, the BBC has, of course, done a lot of stories which criticise their Prime Ministers, but this is the time where Gary Lineker has been taken off air for putting out a tweet which, of course, has criticised the policy of Rishi Sunak on the issue of migrants. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.